All right, what is up, everyone? Today I'm going to show you how I use BullX to be able to find early meme coins while they're trading on pump.fun for just tiny market caps. So let's get into it. We hop over to BullX. I'll include a link to this. You do need to use my invite link to get in. There's a massive wait list otherwise. So check the description. I'll include the link there. And essentially, we want to come over to this Pump Vision section right here, Pump Vision. And then I like to set up some filters to just kind of clear out the noise. There's a ton of stuff that shows up on here that we don't even want to consider. So I'll show you the filters that I'm using. So Pump.fun tokens only. I don't really like Moonshot that much. Maybe someday it'll be better, but Pump.fun tokens with at least one social, and then I do at least 3K volume, which is not a lot, but it just cuts out the stuff that has nothing, right? Which we're not interested in. And then market cap between about 6K to 25K. And then token age 120 minutes. You don't have to do all of this stuff, but the market cap thing is the main thing here. This weeds out anything below 6K, which is probably dumped to zero, and basically, and then anything below or anything above 25K, which is already sort of ran a little bit, and since it bonds at around 50 or 60K, you know, that leaves a 2x in the bag for us. But it doesn't mean you don't consider those, but that's what we want in this column. And then this column, I do 20K to 60K. So these about to graduate ones get a little bit higher market cap consideration, and then and this one here, I just do from 20K market cap, because there's sort of that 20K floor is where, you know, they're likely to launch to Radium. These ones have already hit Radium, but I use that same thing here. That 20K floor, you know, if it has a solid 20K floor, it's likely going to Radium. But let's get back to the filters. Token age 360 minutes. I just didn't want anything too old in there. Doesn't mean you can't use it, but the 100 holders is the main thing. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the 25 holders on the new creations, just to weed out any sort of stuff that is just like not gaining traction at all. But that's it for the filters. You can adjust them as you needed. Let's see. So in the new creations column is generally where I start, and I'm looking for sort of a combination of we want a decent number of holders first of all, so kind of scanning through the number of holders. We've got this one here with 70. Oops, we got this one here with 78 and a 24K market cap. That's not too bad. But here we've got, okay, 13 minutes old, 83 holders, 14K market cap. That might be something. Here we go, 33 minutes old, 100 holders, 12K market cap. I like the odds on that. Let's check it out. Let's see. We don't want it to be too old, but you know, these are only 2 hours old at the most, so we're good. But we want a decent number of holders. That shows that the project is getting good marketing. And we also want to get in on a pullback. You know, this could be something here. I'm less encouraged to just ape into this where it's already going, although this looks like it could be a good one. And generally though, I like to get in on the dip like this, so after it sort of runs and then pulls back, it just reduces risk for me. But you know, 16K market cap, that's pretty small. And it looks like the dev is out, which is another thing I like, and that just tends to do better. See these ones where the dev is out, and pumped up. Or this BullX is awesome. They've added a lot of this stuff just recently, like these little things, and being able to see holders, volume, market cap. Like, this thing is getting better and better every single day, and by the time you watch this video, it's probably going to be even way better than what it is here. So I'm super stoked to be involved with the beta testing of this, and I've essentially used this as my main dashboard for everything now. There are a couple other tools that I like I still go to Deck Screener every time now and again, but you know, looking for new stuff, I generally stick to here. And let's see. Let's get back to more of what we're looking for. That one just went out of our... That cozy dog's kind of bouncing in and out of our filters there. Got it. Oh, we already have it up here. I don't know why. A decent number of holders. So we want the holders to be increasing, right? Like, and it's normal for holders to go down as it's dumping, but you know, we want it to be retaining a good number of holders and having that number increasing. So where this one's got 105 holders, we want to see that number increasing, and obviously yeah, that's kind of one of the main things we look for. But you definitely, I prefer to get in on a pullback. You see, that's already started to pull back a little bit. But this is a pretty good example. I like to pull out the fib retracement tool, and then bam, that's near that 786 level is generally my entry. And look at this, you know, it didn't quite hit that level, but you know, we don't have to get it all the way down there. That's a tiny bit of difference. You know, that's $500 different in market cap. So yeah, like that's pretty good. But look at this. Look where we would be now if we had bought this, near that. So we would already be up, you know, 90% and in a comfortable position because we bought on that dip. So that's what I like to look for. This one's probably gonna run. Looking like it, but a lot of times, so what happens is these coins will run up, hit king of the hill, and then they'll dump down, and then that makes for a good entry right there, especially if the dev got out, because then it's probably going to be like a CTO and community takes over. But that's kind of one of the first things that happens is when, and that's probably going to happen with this, especially where it's like a straight up trajectory. I hate buying that, because even though, you know, there's very little upside to that, and yeah, even if it hits king of the hill, that's maybe a 2x, but that's okay. I would much rather get in after it runs up and comes back down right here, and this is likely going to do that. This will probably hit king of the hill, dump, and then, you know, we'll place some nice entries there, but we'll keep an eye on that. The other thing that happens too is they same concept. They get right to radium or just under where they would launch to radium and then dump back down. But community takeovers are super popular. The devs out of a coin, community will take over and continue to push it. But so that's a couple of strategies. Like for these new creations, I like to look for something that's getting decent volume and holders off of the, you know, within a very short amount of time. I don't like to go too short. Like we had a 3-minute one popping up here. That's a little too new to be very confident in. It looks like they relaunched. No, maybe not. The same name as this other one, so I was trying to figure out what's going on there. But if you wait to get in, like, see, there's a lot of these things on pump.fun that they just launch it and then dump it immediately, and essentially you want to avoid that. So if it's only a couple minutes old, give it some time. Like, let it, in this example, this is a perfect example for this, like, let it run up and come back down. And if it does come back down to near the 786 or even the 618 sometimes, and then starts to bottom out and show recovery, you know, the dev's probably not going to just do an insta rug, and then you know, you consider taking a position. And this one's close to that. But once I find a coin that interests me, the first thing I'll do is generally go into the Telegram. This one's only 5 minutes old, so it's probably not too crazy, but we'll get in there anyways. Watch out on these two. There's a lot of scam ones. Like if it pops up and asks you to type in your password, don't do it. This is not working. I've seen a lot of fake verification bots that that window pops up and it asks you to type in your username and password, and they will take your funds if you have a Telegram bot, which a lot of us are using Telegram bots to trade. And so watch out for those. Okay, now we're in the Telegram. 21 chat, 21 participants in the video chat within whatever 3-5 minutes since this thing has launched. That's a good sign. That's a good sign they've got an existing community for this. I don't know if it was a relaunch of this other one or not. I kind of doubt it. No, this is Cozy Cat. That one's Cozy Dog. I got it. Anyways, let's go in. So normally I'm not going to do it on the stream because I don't want to mess with audio and stuff, but essentially I would go in here, kind of go in the video chat, talk with people, and just get a sense of the vibes and stuff, like see what's going on in there. And yeah, this is looking pretty good so far, seeing as they're sort of showing a recovery, but I still just wait patiently. It's possible it comes back down here before getting in, but it's only 11K market cap. So if that hits Radium, that's a good 5-6x from here. So lots of potential for profit there. But yeah, I want to see how it performs. Like they're off to a good start, but it needs to continue to grow. 46 holders. I'd watch that number, see if it's increasing, see if there's more people coming in here, and just kind of watch the growth of it for a little bit before jumping in. So let's get into what we look for. Oh, this one, Resty. Oh, we already looked at this one. This one is something. This one's grown quite a lot since we first looked at it, but we're kind of hitting that dump time now, maybe. Of course, just because I didn't want to buy the highs. But yeah, that's up a good almost 2x since we found it. But yeah, it looks like it's topping out now. So I'll just wait for the top to come in, and then I'll buy the dip. And on here, on BullX or Trojan both do this. The process a little bit different. You can set buy limit orders. I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to be doing other things, but if I was interested in this trade, maybe I would set a buy order around this level here, the 786, probably just up a little bit from the 786. It takes a little bit of, sometimes it doesn't quite hit, and if it only barely touches, you might not get in, so it helps to have a little bit of play with that. And then you just set how much you want to buy, and then you can say, plus or minus however many %, or you can just manually type in the price here. But, I would go something like that, hit buy, and then I would have my order placed, ready to go. This one's probably going to send. Looks like it's about to hit King of the Hill and have that dump. Usually there's a dump at King of the Hill. Not always, but 95% of the time, probably. Probably going to be a few minutes before there's an entry on that. And we can start talking about other sort of strategies. Now, these ones about to graduate, what we're looking for is we're looking for the same sort of thing, right? A good number of holders continuing to grow. Ideally, hopefully the dev is out by now. And that's that same one, Resty, showing up. And Hyphy Cat. Let's see, this one didn't show up in our other search. A little bit higher market cap. Nice uptrend. Just don't really see an entry on this. But ideally what we want on something like this, we want it to be able to hit Radium, get in a little ways before it hits Radium and continue to run. So sort of similar to what we're looking for on the first one, although these are generally going to be higher market cap. So we want it to have at least a 20K floor. So 20K solid support, which this one does. It came across this, hit 20K or so, dipped down, and it's good now. So this one's likely to hit Radium. This column here on the graduated, these ones have already hit Radium. So what we're looking for on this, again, see the holders, buddy. Wow, 735 holders in 16 minutes. This is maybe something. Oh, that's what I like to see right there. Okay, you see how it's had this big run up and dipping. This is actually possibly an entry. But because the dev is dumping, we want to kind of make sure they're going to continue with the CTO, but with 750 holders, they're going to take it over. So this is a perfect example of what I would look for on this column, where it's run up, it's already hit radium, it did its run, it's on its dump. Now we want to get in, and it's kind of getting away from our entry now, but as you can see, again, the 786 level, when there's a big wick like this, I tend to eliminate those just because those can really throw off your chart. As you can see, there's quite a bit of difference between that, but you know, if you played it right there, it would still be okay. I'm just a little bit more particular about my entry. But anyways, if we had got in here, that's a perfect entry. But the way study this pattern, the way it works is you get, draw a fresh one of these and kind of show you the pattern. So you get sort of a, you know, Elliott waves up and then a dump to about, oh, I drew it backwards. I was like, what's going on here? There we go. So it comes down something like this. A lot of times you'll get a little bounce off the 618 and then a bounce off the 786, and then it generally comes down for a retest. So you have potentially a couple trades here, and from here it'll either bounce again. Sometimes it comes down a little bit lower to test whatever this level is here, and this 50% between, this sort of middle between the 786 and the 1 tends to be a pretty solid bottom as well. So the 786 or this middle line between those two levels is a really good entry. So as you can see, it's kind of already doing the retest here. Now, super bullish ones will just kind of continue up from that. But, and actually let's include that wick. Maybe that's more of a better picture. I usually kind of eliminate those, but in this instance it might be valid. So as you can see, there's a couple of nice trades that already happened. Well, that was a good 80% trade right there. So as you can see, it's more, I much rather get in here than up here where it has to move this much for 80% or this tiny little bit for 80%. And it's even better when you get down to this level. So this one here, like I said, that 50% level, Dev's still dumping, he's not out. Looks like we're gonna run. But so yeah, study this pattern. You'll see it doesn't always do the exact same support levels, but once you can see it bouncing from this level, then you know to get in. Yep, this one looks like a runner, especially where it's already got nearly 1,000 holders. I'd want to know more about it, but this is interesting. Sideline, then I'm feeling a little bit of FOMO. Don't trade on FOMO, guys. Just be patient. But I definitely should have taken a position on this. Yeah. So 81 participants in the voice chat. I'm gonna go in there and have people talking on the video, but you can get a good sense of sort of the community and what's going on there, and sort of the support and just the vibes of everything. But yeah, like this is a killer entry right here, and this thing's getting a lot of traction. I don't know what they're doing for marketing or what, but that's a lot of holders in a very short amount of time. 20 minutes, almost 900 holders. This is something. So I'm actually going to share this to the group. All right. That's a good example. Now I have no really choice but to wait for a dip, but we definitely had a solid entry on that one. Like I said, I don't want to get distracted with trades while I'm trying to make a video. Good chance we get another dip on that soon, but Resty didn't. Resty plowed right through. Let's see. Okay, it's hit just before Radium, and it's probably going to dump now. So. Go back. Essentially, that's what we're looking for, though. Oh, whoa. Relax, cat. This must be why all of the... Oh, there's so many, like, resty, sleepy cat, comfy cat type of stuff. But, okay, this is a good example. This one has already run... What was that? Almost 2 mil. So, same thing. Drop from the low to the high and start looking for our entry. So we've got this support level here coinciding with the 786. That's going to be my entry. What's going on with that? Okay, there we go. So that's going to be my entry. And just to give you an idea, you know, if it runs back up to that 0.5, that's 127% trade. If it makes new highs, you know, you're multiple hundreds of percent. And so being picky about your entries, getting down here low on the deep discount, which every one of them comes down here pretty much. Sometimes on a really strong one, it'll only come to the 618 and sort of run from there. But it's pretty rare for that to happen. Usually they're coming down to the 786 or even lower. Sometimes they'll dip a bit below, but that's the entry. And how Buddy's doing. Yeah, so it's going to dump now. Let's just see. We totally could have been in there. That's a nice 200% gain. Nice little 3x right there. The other strategy, and I haven't done this very much, but another potential strategy you could do is on these ones that are about to hit Radium, you could do, or say it's even has hit Radium and it's migrating right now and you want to get in, you can actually place a buy limit order just above so that once it starts trading on Radium, it gets you in. It's a little risky, but if you set it up to where maybe it takes profit right away, you know, you can even do automatic take profits on these things. You can say, you know, auto dump at, you know, plus 50% or whatever. You can even have it get you out of the trade as a stop loss and stuff. So pretty cool features. I don't use that. I do my trades manually, but I have experimented a little bit with buying right as it launches to Radium, and they tend to go above. So I'll give you an example. This Wisp. So say that it's about to hit, or say that it's migrating right now, and so the chart is frozen, migrating to Radium. What I would do is go in here, set a buy limit order for market cap, you know, 61K, and you know, however much I wanted to do. And then that way, when it starts trading on Radium, it's immediately gonna buy when I get to there. And then these would be kind of quick scalps because they'll have sort of a lot of buy pressure as soon as it hits radium, and then a lot of times they'll dump, but you know, you could hit a nice little 50%, maybe a 2x off of those really quickly. But yeah, you definitely want to have your, if I were to do that, I would probably do this automation and put, you know, take profits at 50%, maybe a stop loss at like 10-20%, and yeah, but I haven't really tested that. It's sort of in the works right now of theory crafting it. But yeah, these other strategies work really well. You just gotta eliminate the noise. There's thousands of coins being made every day, and most of them are crap. But if you use the methods that we've talked about here, sort of find the gems, find the ones that have a good community. Yeah, that buddy one is really something. There's over 1,000 holders now. Possibly nearing an entry. I'm going to watch that one closely. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna end the video here because I'm interested in taking a trade on this, and I don't want to be distracted while I'm recording. But thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. We've got a lot more coming for you. Make sure to sign up for BullX. You're going to love it. I've basically moved all of my activities to BullX, so even the trading on platform. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think.